Hi there guys, Dr. Megan Connell, and this is a quick little video I'm doing to review Zanzibar's Guide to Everything. I picked up my copy yesterday and actually got to read it out on the plane while I was flying out to LA to be on GM Tips Live, which is going to be super cool. I'm really nervous and excited for that. And it was also just a nice opportunity to sit down and actually read a book cover to cover. I haven't had a chance to do that in I don't know how long, so this is wonderful. I'm going to do a full write-up on geekslikeus.com of my thoughts, but this is just going to be a real quick review of my thoughts. So bottom line up front, go ahead and get it. You're going to use the heck out of this book. Yeah, it's not very thick, but there is a lot of content in here. There's a lot of really good stuff. It's a fun book to read. Really useful things in here. So let's start off with some of the good stuff. New magic spells. I think that's awesome. As a dungeon master, this gives you a lot of new tools and things that you can throw at your players. It gives you a whole new realm of things to think about with your character. So great new spells in here, some that are fun. One of the things I really like is a lot of the spells are requiring intelligence saving throws. That's a little different. Not too many things have required intelligence saving throws before, so that can really change things up. So some of your characters who maybe are used to passing their saving throw without an issue, maybe now you can get them with some spells, and that will be interesting as a dungeon master and then also as a player. The subclasses that they put in here are awesome. Really like a lot of them. The Bard College of Whispers, man, that one is pretty darn cool if you look at that one. The new Druid Circles are awesome. There's new tables in here too to help Druids figure out their beast shapes and what animals it's reasonable that they would have seen and had interactions with. So that creates a lot less headaches for dungeon masters and players. But yeah, all these new subclasses, I think they're great. They add a lot to the game. It'll be a lot of fun to create new players. There's also a lot of great resources in here for dungeon masters. So some 10 rules to remember are the very first things that are in here, and that's really helpful. Also, it goes through the different tools and how you use the tools and how that would look with doing checks, which I really liked. And just a lot of good tables and other things to remember. A great random encounter builder, a really new specified way of using the CR rating to get monster encounters for your party and how to look at the party size. So I have not found the CR rating to be very useful yet. Usually if I go by CR rating, the fight is way too easy for my players. So I'm going to try what they have in here and see how it goes and see if it actually allows for some challenging fights. Some other great just random encounters, tables, just some other quick tricks and things that DMs can use that I really like. There's also a whole section of new magic items. It's not a ton of magic items, but some new stuff. Definitely some things that can get your brain working on different magic items you could give to your party and different ways to use them. And then also the race-based feats from Unearthed Arcana made it in here, as did the traps revised. So if you want to be throwing new and interesting traps at your party, there's a whole big section on traps in here. So a few things, we'll go through now the cons, the things I didn't like. I didn't really care for the artwork in this book. It was kind of, I don't know, it's very in line with what was in Sword Coast Adventures Guide and just not really my style. I didn't like it that much. Nothing big there. A lot of the material in here is repurposed from Unearthed Arcana, Sword Coast Adventure Guide, and the Temple of Elemental Evil. So it doesn't feel like you get a lot that's new in here, which can maybe feel frustrating. The reason that a lot of this stuff was used, for those of you who don't know, is if you play Adventures League, you can use, it's a 2-book rule to build your character out of, so you can't use more than 2 sources to build your character, so you can't have spells from this and then a background from Sword Coast, so the backgrounds from Sword Coast are in here as well, so that way you can still do the 2 rules. So they really were thinking of the players with doing this. It just kind of makes it feel like, oh, I'm paying money for stuff that's already been put out and I already have. But still, there is enough new stuff in here that I think that is worth it. One big thing, no Beastmaster. I thought for sure the Beastmaster Revised that was released on Unearthed Arcana would be in this. I'm really surprised it's not in here. That was just a really big surprise for me. I thought that was a guarantee thing to be in here, but it's not. So I don't know why. Interesting. Some of the magic items seem kind of nothing really interesting. I'm a bit baffled by the attunement requirement for some of them. My understanding is attunement is so that something that could be pretty game-changing if it was passed around a party isn't done that way. And the ones that require attunement, I can't really see how they could be a game changer for the party if it was passed around. So I'm just kind of odd to me. And then let's get to the spells. While we do get a lot of great spells in here, I think they're awesome. The Wizard and the Druid got a ton of new spells, while everybody else just got a handful. When you're introducing new spells, I think it would be a really just good rule of thumb to have at least 1 or 2 new spells per level for every caster class. I think that would be really nice. Now granted, a lot of the Druid spells were already put out in Elemental Evil, so it's not necessarily new stuff, but still it would have been nice to have a little bit more. Bottom line though, even with those criticisms, I think this is a great tool. It's got a lot of awesome things to offer. Oh, one pro that I totally forgot to mention before, there's some tables in here to help flesh out your character's backstory, their relatives, why they're out adventuring, a nemesis that they might have that's based on their class, and I think that's great. So for new players, this can really help them learn how to develop a character and to roleplay and get into that. And so I think, again, for me, where I see a lot of brand new players and work with brand new players, I'm going to use the heck out of this book. I think it's really awesome. Cover art is beautiful. Go ahead and go out and get it from your game store if you can. Really, I think this cover's worth getting, but that's just me. I like this art. Anyway, those are my quick thoughts on Zanzibar, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will put a full written write-up on geekslikeus.com. All right, take care, guys.